Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love. So we find the Parton family several months after we first met them in the drought that year and with the death of baby Larry. We now find them in the Christmas season. And it is a story of sacrifice and, again, obviously of family. It is a story of dreams. It is a story of how people can come into our lives and either inspire us or facilitate our dreams. It's a little bit also of the theme of the gift of the Magi. If you remember that Christmas classic, it leans into some of those themes as well in terms of sacrifice within the family. I think what I loved most when I first read the script was the pieces of the original Coat of Many Colors that for me had such an emotional impact, the highs and the lows, the laughs that you can get from the kids, as well as, you know, the serious and really real life relational moments between Lee and Abby Lee. We find Abby Lee within this story. She has gone through the most heated portion of the grief of losing baby Larry, and she's come through on the other side stronger for it. We also find her dealing with then a different kind of, not as hot and burning and painful of a loss, but the very natural loss that every parent experiences as they watch their children go off and start to seek their own destiny. We get to watch Lee, also as he is put in a moment in the mines where his faith is really tested, and through his belief, we get to see him, come out of that in a way that he and Pastor Jake are able to understand each other and celebrate together. I've had the pleasure, obviously, of working with Rick, and he is fantastic, in playing my on-screen husband. He also has had a wealth of experience throughout his years of having been in the business since he was a child. So I'm able to learn a lot from watching him as well and watching his process as an actor. And he's a lovely and generous, co-star in that way. Little Olivia, little Dolly, she is such a professional, and getting to watch her is, every day, and to act with her every day and to play her, her mother every day is really an honor to get to, to watch her work and to watch her bring this very iconic character, that everybody in America knows, to watch her bring that to life. Everybody knows Dolly Parton. Everybody loves Dolly Parton. I haven't met a person that hasn't yet, and when they hear that you are involved in anything that she is involved in, there is an automatic goodwill that is extended just because she is so well loved in this country as part of really, our musical legacy. She is an entertainment icon, and for me, she is definitely as an artist and a businesswoman, someone that I really look up to and whose career I emulate. She's a fantastic writer. She's a wonderful singer, entertainer, actress, businesswoman. I mean, across the board, she does everything with such class and to such a degree of success that, I definitely would consider myself lucky, to try to follow along in that path remotely. I love that we have an opportunity to, within this film to really highlight the Christmas story itself and the nativity story, which is a super fun and humor-filled part of the whole movie is little Dolly's relationship with the nativity play at her school and the role that she gets chosen for, and how that then plays out in her relationship with Judy Ogle and how it affects their friendship. And so there are a lot of beautiful themes throughout this movie. Dolly is such a larger-than-life character, and I think she symbolizes for us, within the scheme of the entertainment world and within our country. I think she symbolizes hopes and dreams because of the background that she came from, the poverty that she came from, that they grew up super poor in very rural Tennessee, humble as farmers, so many kids, to be able to see someone rise out of that situation and become such an iconic character that really is part of the foundation of what is our musical legacy as a country and as a culture. I think that story is so compelling and so appealing. So I think for people to get a chance to see some of that they may not have known, and to get to learn some of what she went through and what her family went through and the dynamic among her family, that allowed that dream for her to come true, and I think people are going to be interested in that. I think they're going to be touched by that as well. My favorite set is always within the cabin, just because that's such the central hearth of the family. I also specifically love, just from a visual standpoint, I love Avi Lee and Lee's bedroom. I think that was so beautifully, the art department and props department, I think that was so beautifully set for what it was at the time. It's very humble, it's very modest, it's very simple, but there is a definite, beauty to how they were able to capture that rustic essence. I think the wardrobe department did a fantastic job of really capturing, even if you look at the disparity between my character, Avi Lee, and Corla Bass, who is the town gossip who works at the Mercantile, who owns that, or my character and Miss Moody, who's the school teacher, who is a lady of means. When you look at the disparity, and you're really able to see, even through the wardrobe alone, who these characters were and where they came from and what kinds of homes they lived in, what kind of money they had. You were able to really capture that even when you just look at a character and how they're dressed.